RealAgriculture.com's coverage of the 2011 Farm Progress Show in Regina is brought to you by Morris. Okay, Don, you're standing in front of, I guess, one of your new products you're showcasing at the show. What is it?
Well, we've had the contour drill out since 2008, and it's gone really well. It's very well accepted. It's relatively simple. The depth control is awesome. But throughout the independent opener industry, one of the issues that has come to the forefront has been trash clearance. And as a result, guys moving from a conventional air drill have found that they've got to get their heavy harrow back out. They're obviously doing a good job behind their combine with residue management, but they've had to get their heavy harrow back out and give their stubble a pass in the fall, because a lot of the independent opener drills in the marketplace were struggling getting through the trash. I'm very happy with our Contour 1. It's worked well. If the guys are managing residue, they don't have an issue. But we started prototyping 3 years ago to come up with something that was better in trash clearance than even our Contour 1. And the result is our Contour 2.
So what makes it different? What's the main difference between the Contour 2 and 1?
There's two main differences, and probably Sean will need to shoot the Contour 1. And just so you know, we're going to continue to produce the Contour 1 as well, because it's been a great product. We've got orders on the go. It's been very good. But this is just the next generation. It's another improvement. So as you can see, the shank is recessed at a 12-degree angle. So all the independent openers on the market right now have a vertical shank. And one of the issues with a vertical shank is that you get straw and residue that will wrap around that vertical shank and it won't release. So that's one of the main issues with an independent opener. It doesn't matter whose it is. So this one is back, it's angled at 12 degrees, so it'll give you a similar effect of your conventional drill with a C-shank, where the product will ride up on this and then it will discharge off, or on the vertical shank it would still tend to wrap on there. All right, so if you go back, and we'll look at the Contour 1 as well, but on the depth control mechanism on the Contour 1, you have a mechanism that comes down and runs horizontally. So your first catch point on the Contour 1 was only 13.5 inches high. Now with the Contour 2, that first catch point is in this area, and that's 21 inches high. So we've actually increased that catch point by 60%. So I've been in the field with this in Australia, where they have big crops of wheat back to back. They don't rotate their crops, I don't think, as well as we do here. And so they've got big crops of wheat, so there's lots of residue in the bottom. With their climate, they don't break down the straw like we do with our freezing and thawing and our snow. So they've got all this residue in the bottom. We were having issues with that product riding up and catching under the opener. Now with this system, with the Contour 2, I won't say we've eliminated, but we significantly improved the trash clearance. Also on the Contour 1, as I mentioned, the depth mechanism runs back through here, so you have some congestion in this area between your opener and the packer wheel. And so again, when that product, if it did release off that vertical shank, it would have that opportunity to catch underneath where that depth mechanism was. So that's all been cleaned up, and the depth mechanism is now at the top of the opener.
There's not a lot of place for trash to get caught up. It seems very sleek.
Yeah, absolutely, compared to, and again, we'll look at the Contour 1, and it's been a great product, and I'd put it against anything out in the marketplace. This is just a new generation and a real enhancement over what's out there. Sean, this is a Contour 1 opener. As I said, it's been proven. It's been out since 2008. It's a great product. We've had great success with it. We're still going to manufacture it. We're still going to sell it. But as we said, the Contour 2 is just an improvement in the trash clearance. We talked about the angle of the shank being 12 degrees, cleaned up the area underneath, so there's a lot less places for material to hang up from a trash standpoint. Same precise depth control, same method of setting the depth. The difference is, as you can see, we've got a much lower catch point for residue. If it's riding up, the shank is vertical, which is the same as any other independent opener on the marketplace, and there can be the possibility of residue wrapping around that shank. You can also see here that the depth control mechanism on the Contour 1 is much lower. So if you have residue that comes around the shank, it may have a tendency to catch inside here, whereas on the Contour 2, it's cleaned right up.
Okay. There's a bit of a higher arch right here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So this one, the first catch point is about 13.5 inches, whereas on the Contour 2, it's up to 21 inches. So it's really, you know, if you're crunching numbers, it's a 60% improvement on that lowest catch point. So we've had it in the field, we've been running it again, prototype for about 3 years, and it is a significant improvement. If you've got trash flow concerns in any independent opener, this one is a real answer for you. Sean, also, I mean, I guess one of the side effects of cleaning up the opener and improving the trash flow is that now your depth control is much higher. So it's a lot easier to access. I mean, one of the shortcomings of the independent openers is that you have to set every shank independently. And so with this, in a lot of cases, you can reach over the drill and physically move that depth control without having to climb underneath. The middle row of shanks you may have to climb under, but certainly the front and rear bars are easy to get into. Pull the pin, move the cam, and set your depth. All right, the great thing about the Contour drill, as soon as you lift those openers off the ground, there's no pressure on that packer. Then it's a matter of pulling this pin and moving this depth cam with 1/4 inch increments at every letter. So it's a very simple system. The Contour 2 just makes it a little bit nicer because it's that much higher to deal with.